job in how they interact with the community. The people of St. Paul should be extremely happy and proud of their police department. But like I said, don't tell them. I don't want their heads to get too big. As a matter of fact, we have a number of St. Paul officers who are on loan to our some of half over St. Undersheriff Finney was formerly the chief of the city of St. Paul. Tina McNamara was a senior commander over homicide in St. Paul, among other things. Inspector Dave Titus was a St. Paul officer who was their union president. Steve Linders was a PIO, now working for us. I'm going to forget people, and I'm really going to get in trouble. I'm going to get a hard time. But just some great cops. Well trained.
You still have us out on the fight, pushback on the COT. The other officers will still be out on it.
Branch out here a little bit because there's so many St. Paul officers in the area over here right now. Pull over here for a second and see what the
4447, clear report.
see what's going on here with calls.
Supposed to be a copy.
We're here right now.
1612.
Squad 375.
375.
We located the suspicious tan Honda Pilot, and the correct location is Mississippi and Hyacinth. Please change our location.
Thank you.
So I'm looking at the calls for service here just to see what's in the pending. So I'm looking at the calls for service here just to see. Sorry, I accidentally knocked the sound on. I wanted to make sure the feed was still working, which it wasn't. It looked like for a little bit.
2365.
So we're northbound on Edgerton at Jessamine.
2365. Squad 357. 357. Change mind the fireworks to 346. Call that he cleared. Assistant heading.
Copy 1613.
The legacy abdominal pain. 66.
It's a busy time of day. A lot of people coming and going. This poor Maryland Avenue just gets overwhelmed with traffic because there's really not a good alternative if you're looking to go east-west. and avoid going through neighborhoods. It's always amazing to me when people honk, lay on their horn at people just for not immediately going when the light turns green. Because it's like, what do you... Usually people aren't in that big of a hurry, number one. Number two, you don't know who you're honking at. I mean, that could be somebody who's on the edge in that car. So I don't recommend honking at people unless there's some type of situation.
Yeah, 375.
Sorry, that was Sergeant Mike Cervaca that was just on the radio. They're following up on a case from earlier today, so he asked the dispatcher to reopen the case so that they can work on it and people will know what they're doing. That way all the information in the case will be available to them so that they can see what the original squads that were assigned saw. But they can also add comments if they learned additional information.
4492 smoking good for sending the narcotics.
285.
Westbound on Maryland
Sounds like I'm
at
PCN now. There's a couple people
35E.
are-
And I'm going to have to switch channels as we cross over.
Copy.
Because we're going from the East District in St. Paul to the Central District. They're on different radio channels, and I do scan them all.
47.
But I want to make sure I'm on the right one when I call out if I need help or I'm there to help someone.
Complaint at 1816 Kennard. There's a dog that's been barking for the last hour and a half on a leash. So that now it appears that it's caught itself on the leash up against the fence and is choking itself out. 4447 copy. That's 4504 will be clear for leaving clear for 7. I'll take any more complaint. Yeah, that. Protection clear. 47 copies, thanks.
Go south on Jackson here and check a couple of addresses where we've had some issues lately. Hopefully, since it's daytime and it's a little nicer out, you can get a better feel for in some beautiful neighborhoods, but it's hard to tell when they're all covered in snow.
62, we're going to attempt to track on this. If we get anything.
Received attempting a track today. Going 286. But it's just on the west side on a robbery at gunpoint 484 Page Street East. The caller's red dirt bike was taken by gunpoint. It's a black handgun. The bike has no plates. Suspect was a black or Hispanic male, medium build, thinner, left on the caller's bike towards the restaurant off Robert Street.
So we're looking now for a red dirt bike that was just, I guess, carjacked, bike jacked at gunpoint. And it should stick out because there aren't a lot of motorcycles on the road yet. Especially not dirt bikes.
Medics are going to 1824 Clarence, 47-year-old male. The caller's brother fell, vomiting, and
Medics number.
that's
Bravo 156 to 4, please.
Bravo 156 to 4, please. You can put more friends back in front of you.
We're quite a ways off from where that robbery of the dirt bike occurred, but you can get around pretty quick on a dirt bike. So we won't head to that area. We'll hope that it might come our way.
Bravo 156 down here.
Bravo 156.
Can you take 4, please? 375. Caller fell back to the mill throwing wood. They said he could come off Arlington and then go northeast on the top of Arch.
54 Road.
So we're over on Rice Street again, going southbound, approaching University. Real close to the Minnesota State Capitol.
Tell your laptop's phone call request. Caller says her friend stole some money out of her purse several days ago.
Bike, the red dirt bike does not have any plates on it. Information at 1622.
They say there's 2 seasons in Minnesota,
134.
winter and road construction. And I think we're in between the two right now because winter's just ending and road construction really hasn't started in full force yet. So I'm going to pull over here for a second and see check up on some calls for service here. See what's pending. There's probably about 12, 15 calls pending right now. Countywide, most of them are in the city of St. Paul. All except for 3, it looks like.
Input on Maplewood. Fire's going to 797 Mayhill Road on a fire alarm. Covers a smoke detector. 16 paper.
nothing close or real interesting, but we'll just keep patrolling here. We're on Aurora at Marion, and then we'll go westbound on University here for a minute. We're in the heart of what's known as Frogtown in St. Paul.
Is there a comp at 484 page?
Affirmative.
Aptly named because it used to sit on swamps where the frogs would be calling out, and
Copy
so
that.
they named it Frogtown.
Headed over there. Is what it's been.
There goes the light rail train. We have light rail trains that run between the two major cities, Minneapolis and St. Paul. You can take the train back and forth to a Wild game or to one of the theaters or the museums, Science Museum in St. Paul, or
put 9 up there. Look for this bike.
U.S. Bank Stadium for the Vikings, or Target Field for the Twins, or Target Center for the Timberwolves if they're not busy fighting each other, like they did yesterday. And then you can also hop on the light rail by U.S. Bank Stadium and go out to the Mall of America or the airport. So it's a great transit system for folks that need to get around that don't have vehicles.
I think might be done.
The only thing I don't like about it is I actually have to pay attention when I'm going through red lights and stuff. You gotta watch for more than traffic. You gotta watch for those trains because you don't want to get hit by one of them. The person in the car always loses.
Informatics, high blood pressure, diabetic issues, stroke.
University Avenue is the major thoroughfare that runs between the two cities. Other than
the male is approximately 5'10", had a black bandana and a little heavier build.
So they're just giving out this.
5'10" with a black bandana on and a heavy build. 286 is on this. Copy. The vehicle is last seen westbound Concord.
Yeah, last known travel is westbound Concord. Before 52. We don't know if he took 52 or if he actually went to the restaurant.
Proceed. I don't know if he got on 52 or not.
So the
Copy on the
dirt bike was last seen on Concord down by the it'd be the west side of St. Paul, which is south of the downtown St. Paul, but on the west side of the Mississippi River. Hopefully I got that right. And
We'll pick up more information. The Hispanic male is wearing darker pants and darker hoodie as well.
Copy, the Hispanic male wearing darker pants and darker hoodie as well.
$375 would code for.
375 code for 1620.
so I'm going to head down that way to where it was last seen.
59. Advise medics are in the front bathrooms. Letting mothers. The money center.
See if we can't find it down there.
Institute. For the dirt bike, it's got a number 17 on the front. By the bar that says
Traffic looks like, and it's not looking too bad, so I think I'm going to try to sneak down that way. I was talking before Interstate 94 runs between Apple the Rand. University Avenue is the main thoroughfare if you're not on the highway.
8297.
So
This medics 902 County Road David, Department 118, State Park Department. For a 50-year-old female, posted that their mom, they found them on the floor 2 weeks to get up. That's 1630.
8394 over, push 90.
Yeah,
20
So Friday night when we were coming this way, I was right behind Bob and Pat when they were with State Patrol following the stolen vehicle, and I was disappointed when I found out that the feed cut out at the end, and the backseaters didn't get to see the very end of that. That was a very, very well executed follow and stop and arrest.
I'm hearing
And,
a dirt bike in my location, 52 in Concord.
Copy, 60-year dirt bike in the area, 52 in Concord.
So, squad just aired. They hear a dirt bike in their area at 52 in Concord. We're on 52, and we will be coming down to Concord here in short time. So we might end up in the area where this dirt bike is.
Yeah, but 1633. 2365.
286. The comp said it looked like it was possibly his bike. It has no front light.
Probably even not yet. 1633. So it looks like his bike has no front plate.
So I'm being slowed a little bit here by traffic, but we're on 52. We're going to get off on Concord.
You guys see the bike? Which way is it going now?
3/4 of a mile.
286. We don't have a visual on it right now. 261 said he saw it was a blue bike, but the comp said he thought he saw it, and it was in the area. All I heard it, and then he said he saw it, and it was west of us from 52 and Concord.
So they last saw it or heard it westbound on Concord from 52. We are just getting off 52 at Concord, and we will take a right and go west looking for it. See if we can't locate it down here somewhere. It's kind of a hilly.
Send me your information.
Remember this, Bria got this bike, so we gotta be careful. St. Paul officer, they're doing the same thing we're doing. So we'll keep going north and south here.
Check in the area for a stolen dirt bike, 52 in Concord, taken at gunpoint, 1536.
So they've patched the radio channel to LTAC 1, which is a statewide channel, so that the State Patrol helicopter can be up and communicate with us, and they'll help look. Obviously, they have a much better vantage point than we do. And they can look in areas where there aren't roads.
Copy that.
So,
307. Is there a picture that went out for the case? $331, did you send one out?
I see a motorcycle tire, but it doesn't look like a dirt bike here. No,
Were you able to send out a picture for that 307 asking?
it was a white sport bike.
Tango 362. Lieutenant, caller. Yeah.
Where am I? You guys to know.
366 Tango 362. 362.
Abbey Street.
Sending you over, calling you up there. Got it.
Abbey Street.
377.
For info on that warrant, I
I served the comp with an OSP, and the suspect is a protected party, so if he's at that address, it's going to be no good.
523.
523.
People at the Wellstone Center are saying that the dirt bike is to the northwest of the location.
How many people at the Wellstone Center are saying the dirt bike is northwest of that location?
The suspect on your warrant has an OSP against.
To expect some more information, the comp or the victim here is saying that he for sure had a gun. It was a black polymer style gun, possibly a Glock.
Copy. The caller victim saying that he for sure had a gun. It was a black polymer style gun, possibly a Glock.
So first of all, there was definitely a gun involved, according to the victim, and they said it was northwest
Squad, go to the Wellstone Center, please.
of the Wellstone Center here, which is straight ahead of us.
279 copy.
So
Electric bike. First squad.
we're gonna go north here. There's a housing complex here.
Can you take the Wellstone Center too?
I'm going this one.
It's just Undersheriff.
Squad 676, how's traffic?
Down here. No.
655.
655.
Can you see 676 from where you're at?
2362.
Negative. Yep.
380.
Bridge. You check on 676 miles and 6. In a row.
362. They sent an harassment call to your laptop. It's a phone call request.
So we're checking out here around the Wellstone Center, looking for this dirt bike.
1%. Assist with Metro 266 Goodrich Avenue.
5284.
Available Central squads. If you could switch to 1, we have a couple P2s pending. And any day Central, if you could also switch to 1 for your EOTs.
So the Wellstone Center here is a large community
Overhead
center that
door
serves
number
the
1.
west side of St. Paul. Very active, lot of
This is one.
St. Paul training, city of St. Paul training.
Where's the location of that
Here.
dirt bike?
Staff was saying it was to the northwest of the Wellstone Center.
523. Nobody actually saw it. They could hear it to the northwest.
Probably no one saw the dirt bike, they could hear it to the northwest.
That would have been between 5 to 10 minutes ago. Clear me off this. I'm en route to that Randolph call for me.
Copy 622, 643.
Red.
2372.
So we're still in the area here, looking
Medics
for
going to 1564 Vincent
the
Street.
red stolen dirt
78-year-old
bike.
female, shortness of breath, vision loss, and COVID positive.
St. Paul squad down there, so we'll go this way.
Box for 17, 351. 8296. Can I get my case number?
8296. Case number 3324. 3324.
Everything.
Welcome, 1640.
Daily 644.
En route.
Three 4-3.
5284.
Is there a specific building for this alarm? Was it truck office for this area?
670. You let her come over here.
None listed. It looks like all of them are listed under that same 803 address.
Copy.
1645.
So we're just gonna keep checking the area here for the red dirt bike that was taken at gunpoint, and we'll see. It could be stashed back in an alley. It could be
7639 Edgewood Drive on a code enforcement of a legal burn. Smoke up.
in a garage by now.
No.
539. Let you know that there's a power line down in the road just east of Robert on Congress. You can let Public Works know.
Reese, does it arcing or sparking with needs for fire?
Sparking or sparking.
I don't see anything like that. We're just blocking the road now.
Two five five. 255. Looking for 230 or 232. 232. 230. Let's keep them to me.
528 DOT.
Actually, yes, and it's up.
The good thing about a dirt bike is it's usually going to be loud enough to where we'll be able to hear it.
Right.
We received a request to cancel the bomb. No longer requesting for police.
Chevy, leave the timer for just 1 second.
We keep checking here on the west side, but open up my concentric circles
Period Island, it's clear.
a little bit.
Check Period Island and it's clear to breathe.
Can you put me on board? Post number 27845. Transporting from Maine to LC. Sign mileage 51.
By 6 long round here. Maroon hat, fluidity.
Copy. Did he actually make it into the apartment though, or just broke the window? Do we know?
Stand by, I'll call and clarify.
So we're still checking over here on the west side of St. Paul for the stolen dirt bike, and looking out a little further than we were before. You never know.
177, we can be 10-8. We can take that AMA and Central if they need us too.
The bad part about a dirt bike is you can pretty much get anywhere.
Thank you. If there's anyone that can go with, we have a man down 35 at Kellogg on the ramp, partially in the road. Not express.
Bravo 739.
But
You can work at assistant medics with everybody. Show myself in 535. Down on the light rail platform. Can you start as transit? The lady doesn't want to keep her clothes on.
So one of the things that I know you can't see, but I have a map, and all of our squads, St. Paul squads, have what's called AVL, Automatic Vehicle Locator, GPS, so we can see where everyone else is searching as well as where I'm searching, so I know areas that are already being eliminated. So that helps keep us from duplication.
179.
Copy the update, and I'll take another thing now.
Copy 179 and squad 160. I'm going to have you guys stick together so you can look on and bail for the suspicious of a white Mini Cooper, no plates on the pond. Airbags are deployed. It was dropped off.
179, copy.
So we're down here by the airport. Could be a place where you could cut through, not easily, but if you knew what you were doing. Maybe they'd let me borrow one of these planes to go up and look. I don't know. That one's kind of big right there. I need something smaller because I'm guessing, I need something that, doesn't have too many controls on it. So I don't know if the State Patrol helicopter's up yet. I did see a trooper car pulling in there in front of us. So they may be going in there to get up, or who knows. I haven't seen them or heard them yet on the radio, so.
Clear tag. And for that suspicion of Laquan and Dale, you can change it to a abandoned vehicle. You can cancel the other squad. I'm going to take care of it.
Copy 690. I copy. And 179 and 162. I'll be diverting you to 2039.
41 on GA.
1652.
$177, you can cancel, then we'll take it.
Pull over here for just a second and check intel stuff.
5909. 5909. Clear system, on update.
All right.
1653.
One six. 535. Come around the other side of the light rail. She's laying on the tracks.
Zero.
Right, yeah, 1653.
523, you can cancel down here.
523 clear.
523, copy, I'm on safe.
Disregard 654.
So some someone speculated that I might, try to learn how to fly, right? In front of everyone's eyes. I would be that dumb and stubborn to think that I could figure it out and maybe do it. But here's the problem is, I also, realize you can't really learn by trying when it comes to flying. It's like a one and you're done kind of thing. So I don't think I will. I think I'll leave that to the professionals for now.
Besides once we're clear, transit.
1655.
So I'm thinking this dirt bike left the west side. Otherwise, we'd at least be hearing it, if not seeing it. And there's a ton of cops over there right now looking for it. So anytime a vehicle is stolen at gunpoint, it makes it.
286. I don't have any more information, and we don't know where the vehicle went. The time delay has been a little while. We can cancel them unless they want to come up and look around a little bit.
It makes it a much higher level of crime. A carjacking is actually a federal offense, and it's also considered an aggravated robbery in the state of Minnesota. So it's a higher level of crime than just an auto theft or a motorcycle theft. So
That's not Kevin.
Suspect left northbound 58 skinny build, blue hoodie, maroon beanie with gray sweatpants. Only wanted for a misdemeanor CP at this point.
Copy, suspect left.
So we're gonna head. We're in downtown now on Kellogg, and we're gonna go eastbound.
Safe House gonna clear the patch with LTAC 1 for now. 1656.
St. Paul Saints are back in
377
season now. So I don't know if they're playing tonight, but they have a beautiful
242, have a good
ball
day.
field that they play in.
37 go. Give me an investigator. Terranium, left of hand with Golf Yankee Alpha 779.
The Saints are now a AAA team for the Minnesota Twins. So if you get called up to the big leagues, it's a short ride across the river over to the Twins Stadium. Hopefully that'll happen at some point this year for Louis Varland, who's pitched opening day at the Saints. He is an acquaintance of some good friends of mine, and he's dating one of their daughters. So
you available for an assist on a channel transfer?
It'd be exciting to see him get that opportunity.
On a what? On a custody exchange.
So now we're back on the east side of St. Paul.
Have a black Impala on a custody exchange. Quad resist.
Great, fire justice.
Thank you for your support. Bravo 156 COT.
Have a good day.
Wait.
We're on Mounds Boulevard by 6th Street,
What evening?
right by Metro State University. On the right-hand side is the main building at Metro State, and one of our few law enforcement programs in the state that feeds into our ranks, and we're currently working on a way to partner with them to improve our recruitment into law enforcement of non-traditional students, and hopefully that's something that we can do soon to help give us more quality candidates.
GOA with 362.
Copy that.
Forty-four, 41.
4441.
Maple Woods Squad to assist on an assault 721 Century Ave South, lower unit. Caller's not cooperative, but stated a male downstairs pulled a gun on the caller. So far, only other info now we're getting is that the suspect left in a white Ford Explorer.
2361.
Just gave a slow drive-by there to that traffic stop. They must be doing some type of an enforcement, because I see there's another one up here, probably for the crosswalks. You have to yield to people that are in the crosswalks. So
Advised with 375, 371.
Copy that.
Bravo 1, 366 Tango.
380, go.
366 Tango.
Sim off.
Jesse Lawson.
it's
366 Tango, this medic 710 North White Bear. DOA.
hopefully you can hear how busy the radio is. And the majority of those calls are all St. Paul calls.
Bravo 156.
They are hopping today. They're
Bravo
busy.
156.
It's warm out.
Keep me up, Stu.
And
Disregard.
you know, things are heating up,
Yeah.
and that always brings more people outside, where they run into each other and they run into their rivals, and can create a lot of issues for us. Plus, in the springtime, after everyone's been
361.
hunkered down all winter, they feel their oats and they want to get out and
700 Plum Street on an assault. Comp not cooperative.
Get busy,
Male
so-
downstairs pulled a gun on comp. Not listening to the TC, declined medics. Suspect left in a white Ford Explorer. Unknown direction of travel. Comp not cooperative. Said we should already be there, then disconnected. 721 Plum. I'll be clear of this, and I'll be back in route to higher ground. 361 connection. 721. 325. One custody.
Hello, this is Walgreens with a
Received other spots for Page can clear.
dang it.
2363. Clear for Mount Joy.
Wait.
One of County, go ahead.
336 Tango.
366 Tango.
We're gonna swap calls with 361.
Copy that.
One code to the CDP.
Hold in it and look at some. Make sure. No. Around me.
Have a good night.
Pending calls and assigned calls. In the middle of how busy all this is, there are squads out on a call with a natural officer.
17 caller said that they located a male inside their garage. It was a black male, short dreads, wearing a red fanny pack, skinny jeans, and possibly a black track coat. Asked the caller how to get to Nebraska before leaving the area on foot. The caller did not get a direction of travel for him.
4447, squad copy.
1707.
378 is very clear. Affirmative. We're up to jail now. Copy 378.
There's also a gun pointing incident, and where the female called in and said that her, I don't know if it's boyfriend or significant other, pointed a gun at her and then left in a white Ford Explorer, but she's uncooperative with the call taker, so we will keep an eye out just in case we see a white Ford Explorer with a white male in it.
Report.
3-4.
Yeah, what's this? So the Charlie X-ray Nora 272.
Transporting a juvenile female and an adult male to St. Paul Children's. Good night.
By the way, it does appear that they
It's going to be a 1,000.
located the young man who had run away from his caregiver earlier.
17 around.
So that's good.
1309.
Maybe not.
175, you cancel
Sorry.
172.
No, they're still looking for him.
Copy that.
Sorry, I was looking at the wrong call.
By Wabasha. Number 617. Caller said their son had a rope around his neck in an attempt to kill himself. The sun is now punching the walls in a he's been drinking.
That's right.
Copy, 539, I'll be 10-8, and I can have that way as well.
Proceed.
Sounds like the YouTube comments are out of hand again, which, you know, there's... I don't even know how people would waste their time making rude, disparaging comments on there. We don't read them anyway. Other folks do, but
2376 traffic.
Kyle, if you're listening, turn off the
boy.
comments on YouTube.
George,
Get
David boy.
some feedback.
325.
Eastbound Maryland coming up to Johnson with Minnesota 2 Hotel Zulu 663.
Eastbound Maryland, Johnson. 307, can you show me outlets on that traffic?
I'm gonna look at that stop that was just called out, and again, I apologize for pulling over here.
5280.
Looks like just a routine traffic stop.
6-1.
5282. 5282. 3078 South Owasso Boulevard, West Medic Circle. Injury 44. 82 copy. 70. 366 Tango 380. Copy.
I see some of the comments going on about who was commenting. There's people, unfortunately, that whose self-esteem is so low that they troll other people and try to criticize the people that are actually out doing the work, but who themselves are afraid to contribute to society or put a gun and a badge on, and they'll come vote type of whatever. And it's unfortunate that there are people like that out there, but there are. You know, we're cognizant of that, and you know, it's sad that they don't find something productive to do with their time, but
33377.
some of them have long histories of abusing and victimizing others, and they think if they
North Squad to assist the holiday at 2253.
They think if they grab a camera and try to criticize the police, it'll make them feel better about themselves, but it doesn't.
Maple, person appeared to be climbing over the fence on the pedestrian bridge. 30s white male, dark t-shirt, backpack, transferred to state. Competent Stone said it was the bridge before Earl transferred to medics.
3 copy. 371, is your AFA going to be in?
So anyway, we really appreciate all our you know, thousands of supporters we have, and you know, tens of thousands of subscribers on YouTube, and it's you know, shows us how much people care, and more they appreciate us than that are critical, who, you know, might get 3 or 4 likes or views on their channels. And those are all generated by people that are curious, not by people that enjoy the content. So thank you to the backseaters for supporting us. We really appreciate it. I am going to head home now and enjoy my birthday, and I really appreciate everyone who's taken the time to watch me today. Not a lot of excitement, but you got to hear what was going on in the city and the county. So have a good night. Do not forget to watch on Wednesday afternoon with the Young and the Selfless, and then on Friday at 9/11 with Bob and Pat.